Dear professors, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second progress report of the year. I'm András Harajka. Most of you may not remember me because at the last progress report, it was not me who was representing our team. It was Zsófia Tornyasi. However, due to a number of reasons, I took over the PhD position, and from now on, I am responsible for the project. As the next presenter, you may think I would like to convince you how simple and yet how amazing my PhD topic is and how amazing and unquestionable results do we have achieved over the past few months. Before all of you would get jealous, please let me assure you, none of this happened. We do not have astonishing, unquestionable results yet. And to be completely honest, I don't want to even talk about my PhD topic in my presentation. However, I would love to tell you about a controversial scientific topic which we would like to discover. And this topic is about oral contraception. It's about oral contraceptives and their unclear relationship to cancer risk. In the era of medical revolution where we are almost within reach of printing organs and editing our genome, as physicians, we still find ourselves in such embarrassing situations where we cannot even answer such simple question and yet highly important question of our female patients as do oral contraceptives increase the risk of cancer or not? Don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of questions we don't know the answers to. Are we alone in the universe? Does Columbo has a wife actually or not? But unlike this question, the difference is that the unsolved riddle of oral contraceptives and their relationship to cancer risk affects more than 140 million women all over the world. Furthermore, we are experiencing a global cancer epidemic bigger than ever, which has an impact over 25 million women across the globe. And on the top of that, maybe with the use of oral contraceptives, we are fueling this cancer epidemic to some extent, but we cannot even tell for sure. Of course, it's not an issue we can just sweep under the carpet, right? We have to deal with it. And of course, this scientific question is really hard to answer because it's highly complex. Right from the beginning of our research, a series of questions have arisen. For example, and first of all, do oral contraceptives increase the risk of every type of cancer? If not, which is by the way undoubtedly the case, then which type of cancers are more prone to form among the population of oral contraceptive users? Is it progesterone-only pills or combined pills as well who means a hazard and a great risk to women? Or oral contraceptives are perfectly safe to use in the short run, but not in the long run. In this case, what do we mean by short-term use? 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Furthermore, do other factors such as parity, age at first birth, duration breastfeeding play a role as well? As you can see, it is quite a difficult topic. So in order to tackle the problem, we had to clearly define our question and hypothesis first. Relying on the data of previous studies, we assume that it is highly likely that oral contraceptives are decreasing the cancer risk in the cases of endometrial and ovarian tumors. However, we assume that they may increase the risk of breast cancer. In order to be as precise as possible throughout our research, we have used a well-established framework to conduct our research, PICO, and above all, we really wanted to concentrate on women of reproductive age who are using oral contraceptives as intervention, and as a control group, we would like to compare them to non-users. After analyzing both groups, we will be able to tell to what extent do the different type of cancer incidence differ in the two populations. And now comes the most important question, why is that good? And the answer is, it is good because in this case, we will be able to tell which kind of cancer types to look especially for in this population of women, and we can detect cancer earlier and thus saving thousands or maybe millions of lives. After defining our question and hypothesis, we have created the following search key, and we used it to gather information from 3 other databases. And as the result of our search, we have found 22,736 articles corresponding to our search key. And even more interesting is that even after title and abstract selection, we've got over 1,000 articles left. Pay attention, because now comes the most interesting part of the project. Following the sorting of these 1,228 articles into different cancer categories, we have realized we have over 26 different cancer groups. Only alone breast cancer, including more than 400 articles, through which maybe we will be able to finally put an end to a several decade-long debate about the relationship of oral contraceptives and breast cancer risk. But what is just as important as it is that we will be able to conduct several other studies in the cases of those cancer types as well, which have never been investigated profoundly over the past few years, or where the evidence is not overwhelming. As you can see, we have ovarian cancer, which is quite investigated, but gastric cancer, colorectal cancer, lung cancer. Regarding the progress of our project, currently we are focusing on two types of cancers, endometrial and ovarian tumors. In both cases, the full text selection has been already done, and the data extraction is happening right now. However, we still a little bit more time in both cases to get results, because in both kind of cancer we have over 100 articles. I'm confident enough to say that the data extraction in these cases will be finished by the end of May, and hopefully the two manuscripts, the first versions of them, will be done by the end of July this year. And really thank you for your attention, especially because in these 10 minutes, instead of listening to my presentation, you could have gone in this circle to a casino, to a church, or even better, to a strip club on Calvin Square, and you did not that, and that's why I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations, nice presentation. My question would be, were there any previous meta-analysis on the topic? I just wonder.
On the topic, right here you have to be really specific, because as you could see, we have several cancer types, but in most cases, yes, the answer is yes. Especially the gynecological cancers like endometrial and ovarian cancer, they are really well investigated, but our big hope is the investigation of breast cancer, where there have been a lot of studies, however it's still undecided which is the direction of the correlation between oral contraception and cancer risk. Thank you.
Nice presentation. Do you have any exclusion criteria or age restrictions regarding this topic?
So right now, our plan is that we exclude only those articles who are really not related to the topic, and we would like to analyze basically as many articles as possible. But of course, since there are so many articles, there are some articles with better quality and worse quality, and our plan is to conduct a subgroup analysis, and by doing so, we would gain two things. First, of course, we would have results which is based only on good quality papers and results, and of course, you people will trust them, but by including worse papers or not so good quality of papers as well, and analyzing them, it will show how big the error is by including them, and I think it will be really useful information for others as well to show them not to include bad quality papers, because in that case they will have worse results.
And what about the age? So
as mentioned, we are investigating reproductive age, and that means we are investigating women who are taking oral contraception in the reproductive age from 15 till 49. But of course, we will include those articles as well who are investigating the cancer incidence in elderly people as well. But of course, we will take a look at their history if they used oral contraception before or not.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have you got previous knowledge on colorectal cancers? And will you colorectal cancers and OACs? And will you detail it in your meta?
Yes, colorectal cancer will be included as well. As I think in colorectal, I have seen a lot of articles. Of course, right now we are focusing on the two previous mentioned cancer type. But in colorectal cases, I've seen many articles, and I think it's not so undecided as breast cancer. But in these cases, our purpose, our aim is to provide more evidence for already existing papers. But it will be analyzed, yes.
One more question here, and thank you for bringing up this interesting topic. Simple question is, what was the study design for these all articles? It's are like clinical trials or any kind of cohort studies? Maybe it might be better to only focus on RCTs, right?
That's right. So actually I cannot talk about all type of cancer, but in the case of endometrial and ovarian cancer, we have like over 100 articles, but from them there are a lot of RCTs. But if we are analyzing RCTs, we can do a subgroup analysis as well, since we are doing every kind of articles. And it would be interesting to take a look at that. We will have to deep into it. Thank you.
What do you think, what could be the pathophysiology behind the carcinogenesis in the case of not hormone-sensitive tumors? Like you listed a lot of tumors, like gastric carcinoma, thyroid cancer, and so on. So what do you think?
Based on my knowledge, it doesn't matter if it's hormone dependent or not, because basically, as we learn in physiology, hormones are responsible for cell signaling. And of course, you know, every cell in our body are responding to some extent to hormonal changes. It doesn't matter if we are talking about breast cancer with progesterone positive receptors or colorectal cancer. I think hormones are in general affecting every type of cells, especially those in the gastrointestinal system who are proliferating a lot and quick.
Thank you.
Thank you.